really nothing more to say than that. But let's hear it from some of the team themselves. QuickShot standing by with Yellowstar.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. I am joined by Yellowstar. First and foremost, congratulations on the 2-0. The second game was a lot more cleaner, a lot more convincing. But the first game was very chaotic and very crazy. What were some of the reasons into why we had two very different performances today?
Okay, so I think in the first game we had to find a win condition, which was a TP flank from Gnar. We recognized it like somehow really late, so they were just poking, playing around the vision, and then that's why we were struggling because we didn't have really hard engage. So that's why we were not able to actually find a way to force.
Yeah, it ended up being a little messy. It was fun to watch. Yesterday's series, similar vein. You take down Origin in a very convincing game, then that ridiculous 80-minute The Dream. It sparked a lot of conversation that Europe as a region, the teams are overall weaker than we've seen in a while. Do you think that's fair, Yellowstar, that Europe, because these teams are trading games, are actually looking weaker than usual?
I mean, we can only know after playing against them, and that's what happened at MSI. Like Europe didn't perform that well, but for now we can see that the teams in Europe are like closer. The level of the teams is closer, so it's hard to tell. It's not like one team is dominating the whole region. So I wouldn't say it's so weak, but I mean, compared to the other region, I would say, yeah, we might be a bit behind for now, but we're gonna get there, I believe.
Well, we'll find out. We are getting closer and closer to the end of the split and playoffs. Let's talk a little bit about meta very quickly. What's your take on 6.12 in the current state of the game? Supports in particular seem to have gone a much squishier, much more utility-focused route than we were seeing maybe earlier in this year or even last year.
Yeah, in support you see much more variety of champions. I think you're able to play like more and more, but range, because you wanna like have a lane bully champ, and then you just wanna translate your advantage into like vision, objectives and stuff. And we see less and less like hard engage because the fights are so long and so high range. So you just gotta adapt.
Yeah, gotta adapt, use what works in the current meta. Congratulations again on the 2-0. With that, we're gonna head back over to the analyst desk to wrap up the series.
Thank you very much, QuickShot. Always fantastic to hear for Yellowstar. So glad that he's back. I love that setup over there as well. Wrapping up the game, though, Fnatic really looked like they knew exactly what they were doing in game 2. Most confident game of this week for them.
Yeah, definitely the case, especially seeing this Olaf Shen combo. I really liked it. It was the first time that Fnatic have brought it out, and it worked fantastically. It was great to see just Gamsu and Spirit running at the enemy team and being that front line that we've been excited to see from this duo pair.
Let's take a look at one of the first replays where Fnatic start to build their advantage very early in the game with that combo.
Yeah, so this is, all you have to do with the Olaf is you run at them with your Ragnarok, and then because they can't pop your shield, there's no way for them to kill you or stop you. You have an easy avenue for the Shen to join the party and then throw down all his frontline and tankiness and CC and everything that makes this Shen great. So really enjoyed that combo, and it allowed Fnatic to build up a very powerful early game. And things were looking so good for them for such a long time, and all they needed to do was slowly close the game out. Unfortunately,
a bump in the road.
A bump in the road, yeah.
Let's take a look. Baron started and then in the end not finished by Fnatic, but they didn't let it stop them.
No, they didn't. So the actual setup for this was good from Fnatic because they put a lot of emphasis onto trying to shut down Airwax. They force him away, and with the smite gone, Fnatic feel, okay, we can go for the Baron now. This is fine for us. If Roccat tried to re-engage, we can then just turn it around and pick up a couple extra kills, and that's exactly what they do. They catch Raze out of position, they catch Parang out of position, Betsy is instantly going to fall, but this was actually a big misplay from Febiven because he's separated himself from the rest of his team. He ends up going down, and then the moment Reckless goes back into the pit, they have no vision of Airwax until it's too late, and he's able to get the steal. So Roccat, after that play, now have the opportunity to buy themselves some time, wait for a little bit longer into the later stages of play and think, oh, maybe we can turn this game around. Maybe we can actually take the game off of Fnatic. But then Fnatic turn around and say, nope. Did you forget that we had this Olaf Shen combo? And they do exactly what they did earlier on.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at the end of the game team fight right away, because as said, Fnatic had created a lot of leeway for themselves, of course, in the majority of that game that they could overcome this.
Yes, they could. And this is the power of Spirit. Just, yeah, he just this is what I imagine it's like going to like a German rave party where you just can't stop the dancing, because there was nothing stopping Spirit right there. He just ran straight towards the team of Roccat, picked up the kills that they needed, and then with a 5-0 they end up cleaning out the game.
Oh, I'm thinking of some YouTube video with a Viking
Yes.
dancing. Is that what you're thinking of? Okay, player of the game, Spirit.
Well deserved.
Yeah, we always mention him, but obviously there's sometimes people that pick up more kills or do some more flashy actions, but Spirit is just having a great split so far.
He certainly is, and you have to remember that in game 1 he had such great pressure from the Elise onto the backline. You heard Crepo talking about it earlier on, and then game 2 he was just a large reason as to why Fnatic were able to start off all these fights. So it was great to see Spirit moving away from the Kazakhs and picking up somewhat unconventional junglers, but making it work in a way that Fnatic can take advantage of.
Yeah, definitely Fnatic 2-0, no ties, and over on EULCS 1, it looked like it was going to be a tie between Schalke and the Giants as they started really, really well in that second game, but things got a bit crazy, so we're going to actually take a look at what happened in game 2 over there.
Yes, so things were going fantastically for Giants early on. Everything looked great. The way in which Giants were executing their comp was fantastic, and you can see this was actually a Baron fight where Smitty J was just going crazy on this Aurelia. He was set up for success so well early on, and then Giants, they go for a Baron, and exactly the same fashion, a Gragas comes over the wall and gets the steal. And because Gilius is able to get the steal and get out, Schalke get themselves 1 kill. They get themselves a 2nd kill. Giants start to fall apart. And even after such the massive
12K
advantage
behind
that Giants were able to accrue, they just couldn't stop the onslaught from Schalke. They just ran into the base of Giants. They just take everything away. They get the picks, and then they close out the game off of a single play. And that's just got to be devastating for Giants, because that was their game. And then just this seems to be a thing that they've done in the past. So they go for a Baron play, they throw it away, and unfortunately, they come out with the 0-for-2.
Yeah, a horrible ending there for Giants, but Schalke obviously very nice for them. Gilius play of the game off that and making that happen. Totally understandable, and on EULCS 1, Vitality is going to gear up for facing G2. However, here on EULCS 2, we need to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. H2K versus the Unicorns of Love is coming up next.
Betsy, exhausted, flash away, but you can't stop Spirit, and in comes the Stand United following. You can't follow that portal. Raze would have to have the Miracle Blade. You can even live through it. They don't need the Baron. They just keep chasing. Spirit, Bromasia's his way right into Steel back. This might be a chance. For Roccat to break in. Airwax, he's got one chance on it. Spikes it away. Can Roccat take the fight in the ensuing Spirit? Spirit runs right through the front line